Both sides of a story. Both sides of a story.
We always need to hear both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Time now for Both Sides of the Story. The story of Jamaicans at home and Jamaicans abroad on Power 106 FM. We will not take sides, but we listen to your side. With us as we explore the issues, present the facts, speak with the experts, and as always, listen to both sides. What's your story? Tell us on both sides of by calling our local numbers 876-922-41125. You can listen to both sides of the story on the Power 106 FM app via the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, as well as on onespotmedia.com. Plus, listeners in the USA can dial 631-359-8281 to listen. And if you're in the UK and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, you can call 0330-606-0953. You can watch both sides of the story live on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Both Sides 106. Email bothsides106@live.com. Send your WhatsApp voice notes, audio messages, and text messages to 876-365-3346. Remember, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak. So stay with us as we listen to both sides of the story.
Both sides of a story.
Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story. Both sides of the story.
Both sides of a story.
Stand by. Let's go, studio.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Power 106.
We have faith in old proverbs full surely. For wisdom has traced what they tell, and truth may be drawn up as purely from them as it may from a well. Let us question the thinkers and doers, and hear what they honestly say. And you'll find they believe like bold wooers in where there's a will, there's a way. The hills have been high for man's mounting. The woods have been dense for his axe. The stars have been thick for his counting. The sands have been wide for his tracks. The sea has been deep for his diving. The poles have been broad for his sway. But bravely he is proved in his striving that where there's a will, there's a way. Have ye vices that ask a destroyer, or passions that need your control? Let reason become your employer, and your body be ruled by your soul. Fight on, though ye bleed in the trial. Resist with all strength that ye may. Ye may conquer sin's host by denial. For where there's a will, there is a way. Have ye poverty's pinching to cope with? Does suffering weigh down your might? Only call up a spirit to hope with, and dawn may come out of the night. Oh, much may be done by defying the ghosts of despair and dismay, and much may be gained by relying on where there's a will, there's a way. Should ye see afar off that worth winning, set out on the journey with trust, and ne'er heed if your path at beginning should be among brambles and dust. though it is but by footsteps ye do it, and hardships may hinder and stay. Walk with faith and be sure you'll get through it. For where there's a will, there's a way.
I've got a hard road to travel, the rough way to go. Said it's a hard road to travel, the rough way to go. But I can't turn back. My heart is fixed, my mind's made up. No, I'll never stop in my bed. We'll see me through. I better tell you, all alone. This lonesome road I roam, I've got no love. Hills get steeper, and the rain gets deeper every day. Yeah. I've got a hard road to travel, and a rough way to go. Said it's a hard road to travel, and a rough way to go. But I can't turn back. My heart is fixed, my mind's made up. No, I'll never stop in my bed. But see me through. One more thing, dream of home, far beyond the sea, where there is love, peace and joy for me. Oh, in my eyes I see troubles and danger for me, but destiny, where my destiny leads me, I must go. Yeah. I've got a hard road to travel, the rough way to go. So it's a hard road to travel, the rough way to go. But I can't turn back. My heart is fixed, my mind's made up. No, I'll never stop in my bed. We'll see me. Oh, help me somebody. Help me somebody. Somebody need somebody.
It's the International Decade of Healthy Aging, the International Decade of Ecosystem Restoration, the International Decade of Ocean Science for Sustainable Development, the Decade of Action for Road Safety, and the UN International Decade of Indigenous Languages. It's the 26th day of the 7th month of 2023, the International Year of Millets. A millet is a cereal grown in warm countries and regions with poor soils, bearing a large crop of small seeds, which are chiefly used to make flour. 2023 is also the International Year of Dialogue as a guarantee of peace. Put another way, it's the 27th day of the second month of the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season. And according to the local weather forecast coming out of Jamaica, there's a trough across the island. The trough is expected to move across Jamaica Thursday into Friday, bringing unstable weather conditions for both days. Expect widely scattered showers and thunderstorms across central and western parishes. Tonight will be partly cloudy. There's also a tropical wave across the eastern Caribbean. In the United States, July is being observed as Cord Blood Awareness Month, Healthy Vision Month, International Group B Strep Throat Awareness Month, Juvenile Arthritis Awareness Month, National Cleft and Craniofacial Awareness and Prevention Month, Sarcoma Awareness Month, and UV Safety Awareness Month. The anniversary of the Moncada Barracks attack is being commemorated in Cuba. It's the day of Iansa in Brazil. Grande Lai et Grande Alumundia sont Anne en Haiti, and Independence Day in Liberia and the Maldives. Hoy es miércoles el 26 de julio 2023 y les saludamos en cualquier parte del mundo que nos están escuchando en este momento. Estamos muy agradecidos por el don de la vida y el privilegio de servirles en otra edición de su programa Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia. Nunca vamos a tomar su audiencia por sentado porque sabemos que ustedes tienen otras opciones y esta es la razón por la cual jamás olvidamos darle las gracias por elegir Both Sides of the Story, ambos lados de la historia, de lunes a viernes desde las 2 hasta las 5 de la tarde, aquí en Power 106 FM. La misión continúa para educar, capacitar, iluminar y estimular el espíritu empresarial. Bienvenidos.
I got a hard road to travel, a rough way to go. Said it's a hard road to travel, a rough way to go. But I can't turn back. My heart is fixed.
C'est mercredi le 26 juillet 2023 et nous vous saluons tous qui nous écoutez, que vous soyez dans le monde. Nous sommes reconnaissants du don de la vie ainsi que du privilège d'être à votre service pour une nouvelle édition de votre programme Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre. Nous ne considérons pas votre fidélité comme l'un de soi parce que nous savons que vous avez l'embarras du choix. C'est pourquoi nous n'oublions jamais de vous remercier de choisir d'écouter Both Sides of the Story, le pour et le contre, du lundi au vendredi de 2h à 5h de l'après-midi sur notre antenne Power 106 FM. Nous continuons notre mission d'éduquer, d'habiliter, d'éclairer et d'encourager l'esprit d'entreprise. Bienvenue. Come back. All we're saying is it's Wednesday, the 26th of July, 2023, and we greet you well, wherever in the world you are listening to us right now. We remain eternally grateful for the gift of life and the privilege to serve you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story. We don't ever take your listenership for granted because we know you have choices. And that's why we never ever forget to remember to say thanks for choosing to listen to Both Sides of the Story, Monday to Friday, 2 to 5, right here on Power 106 FM. The mission continues to educate, empower, enlighten, and encourage entrepreneurship. Welcome.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
2:15. Power 106 FM, the digital sound, now reaching you in more ways. Listen to us from 101, 106.9 on the FM band. You can also listen to us on the Power 106 FM app, which you can download on the Google Play Store or the App Store. Plus, listen to us on onespotmedia.com and the One Spot Media app, or log on to go-jamaica.com. Power 106 FM, where all views can contend, giving you powerful talk radio in so many ways, on air and online. Dr. Jackie Campbell is on call Wednesday evenings at 8 with Powering Your Health. Powering Your Health is Power 106 FM's flagship program dedicated to health and wellness. Your one-stop show to power a healthy lifestyle. How can we help you to power your health? You can reach the show anytime by calling 876-922-4112-5. You can also send a text or WhatsApp message to 876-279-8598. That's Powering Your Health. Powerful health and wellness discussion and interaction. This is every Wednesday at 8 p.m. only on Power 106 FM.
Oh, the river gets deeper, hills get steeper, and the rain gets deeper every day. Yeah, yeah. I've got a hard road to travel, it's a rough way to go. But it's a hard road to travel, it's a rough way to go. When I get to
Come back. Thank you so much for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. We started out this afternoon with a poem entitled, Where There's a Will, There's a Way. And that poem by Eliza Cook, Where There's a Will, There's a Way. And we've paired that with Jimmy Cliff's A Hard Road to Travel. So as we embark on the 61st anniversary of our independence, we recognize that the road isn't any easier than it was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 50, 61 or 60 years ago. The road hasn't gotten any easier. It's still a hard road to travel and a mighty long way to go. But we should never give up. The least we can do is to pass on to those who come behind us the values and the attitudes essential to driving our future. We welcome those of you listening to us on 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. From Morant Point to Negril Point, from the Goat Islands to Galena Point. This is Power 106 FM, serving Jamaica and the diaspora. Hello to those tuned in via the Power 106 FM app, which you've downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store, depending on the nature of your device. Downloading is free. Listening is free whenever, wherever. We acknowledge those who have designated numbers that they use to reach us, the lines for those who'd like to listen to both sides of the story in particular and Power 106 FM in general. The numbers to call if you're in the United States and you wish to dial a number to listen to Power 106 FM, your number is 631-359-8281. 631-359-8281. If you're in the United Kingdom, where we are now, then your number is 0330-606-0953. That's 0330-606-0953. We're streaming live video on the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. If you're not there yet, log on to Facebook. In the search box atop the page, type DERVAN MALCOLM, and you too will be able to not just hear, but see what's happening from our broadcast location. We welcome those who are not on Facebook, but would like to see what's happening. Well, there's always YouTube. All you need is a smartphone, a laptop computer, tablet computer, or a desktop. Then you will need internet connection, but more importantly, internet connectivity. One sure way of testing for connectivity is by opening a browser like Google Chrome, for example. And if you're able to do so successfully, then you're good to go, off and running. Other than that, you might need a little help. And so those are the ways to reach us. Let's remind you that our visit to the United Kingdom on behalf of Power 106 FM is under the auspices of the Angel Foundation UKJA, an organization that has given so much to this country in so many ways. And how did she fall in love once again with the country of her birth? A situation where she was vacationing in Jamaica, and one of her daughters got into a bit of difficulty and almost drowned, and subsequently had to be taken to the hospital. And upon seeing certain situations and conditionalities at the hospital, she vowed that day that she would do something about it. What did she do? She saw to the purchase of 2 ambulances, a mobile blood collection unit, a mobile dental medical suite, SUITE, countless, well, scores, I would say, scores or more, scores of computers, several information technology IT suites established, refurbished, built, and she has also made contributions in the field of education by virtue of those computers, for example, and the information technology suites established at schools across Jamaica. And so this year marks the 12th anniversary of the Angel Foundation UKJA, the 12th anniversary. And this year is also the second staging, I believe, the second staging of the Angel Foundation UKJA Afro-Caribbean Community Fair. And we've been invited to cover the event, but obviously who flies to England for a day and then heads back home? The distance is quite vast already. So we are spending more than just a couple of days. It's more like 7 days. And we look forward. It's been quite relaxing so far. Not as hectic, but maybe that is to come, the hectic portion, right? Because we still have interviews lined up. We want to hear the stories of Jamaicans here in the UK. We want to hear their stories. We want to hear of their contribution, not just to the UK, but also contributions to Jamaica. We want to hear of and explore the possibilities of further enhancing trade relations and learning of some of the brands perhaps that are looking to penetrate the diaspora, the diaspora market here in the United Kingdom. So it's all that and a lot more. And we are looking forward to the rest of the week. We are grateful for the tremendous support that we continue to receive from the Angel Foundation. Is that rain? Yes, it is. It is raining. Yes, it's been rather gray. Yes. Yes, but we did get some sun. In fact, Angel kept saying, "I'm the one who brought the sun," because we had sunshine. We've had sunshine for the first couple of days, and now we're getting a little rain. It's a bit of both, and we trust both the sun and the rain will agree not to rain on Angel's parade, in a manner of speaking, on the parade of so many of us. But the weather forecast suggests that this too will pass, and we will continue with the preparations and ultimately the execution of the Angel Foundation UKJA Afro-Caribbean Community Expo. And we want to remind you of the location. We're going to do that in a moment, so you have an idea. For those of you who are already in the UK, just so you have an idea of where we will be on Saturday is effectively from 9 to 9. I mean, the broadcast period will be from, the broadcast period is about 3 hours. Is it? From 11:30 in the morning to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. 11:30 to 2 o'clock. 11:30 in the morning to 2 o'clock in the afternoon. That's UK time, which equates to, where are we now? It equates to about 5:30 in Jamaica. It actually would be from about 5:30. But we normally don't go live until 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock in the morning Jamaica time, which is 12 o'clock midday here in the UK. The UK is 6 hours ahead of Jamaica. We're on, is it summertime, British summertime now, I believe. And so they're 6 hours ahead of us. And we'll do our best to capture as much of the happenings and the activities on Saturday from 9 to 9. That's the key thing to know. It's from 9 in the morning until 9 in the night. So either way you take it, we'll be there pretty much all day. One way or another, we'll be there all day. But of course, in terms of the broadcast period, it's the standard Jamaican Diaspora Live Online time slot, really, which is 6 to 9. And with a consultation with our programmers, we'll see how much of an adjustment can be made as well. And so the place to be this Saturday from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. UK time, British summertime. It's a place called, listen carefully, all right, tell you what, we'll give you the address right after the break.
Time is now 2:30.
beyond the sea.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the story of Jamaica and Jamaicans at home and abroad. I'm Dervan Malcolm. We're coming to you live from Tottenham in London, in the United Kingdom. And on Saturday, as we've been sharing with you, there's a big event, the Afro Caribbean Community Expo, which is will run from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. UK time. Bear in mind, the UK is 6 hours ahead of us in Jamaica. And so we'll keep you abreast of the time for the rest of our time here in the UK. We'll try to remind you of the difference in time. So right now it is 28 minutes to 3 o'clock in the afternoon back home in Jamaica, which means it is 8:32 p.m. here in Tottenham in London. 8:32 p.m. That's the time right now. And now to the address for Saturday, the Angel Foundation UKJA Afro Caribbean Community Expo. Listen out for the address now. Here we go. It's a place called Living Under One Sun Community Hub, Down Lane Park, Parkview Road, and the code, what we popularly hear Americans refer to, for example, as a zip code, N179EX, Haringey, London. So it's Living Under One Sun Community Hub, Down Lane Park, Parkview Road, and the code N179EX, Haringey, London. And this is, all of this is right in Tottenham Hale. Tottenham Hale, TOTTENHAMHALE, Tottenham Hale. So it's Living One Sun, I beg your pardon, let's do that again. It's a mouthful, I'm sure you'll agree. Living Under One Sun Community Hub, Down Lane Park, Parkview Road, N17, 9, that's the number 9, EX, Haringey, London. It's Tottenham Hale, to be more precise. Tottenham Hale. So let's tell you what you can expect in general terms, because we'll repeat this information over and over for the rest of the time we're here, to the build up to the event itself on Saturday. So let's give you an idea of some of the happenings. So for example, live public announcement, DJs, there in terms of the performers, it's quite a list. There is, in fact, I think I might need to retrieve my glasses, which I hardly ever wear. So 65 Black businesses are going to be featured on Saturday. And a VM group out of Jamaica will be represented. Transpac ship, and we can't wait to see the Transpac ship team and to learn more about their involvement in the event. And there will be a lot of giveaways. Those who are fans of Grace Foods, lots of giveaway will be coming your way as well. And let's see. We're going to come back to the information in just a moment. But we just wanted to greet those of you who are online watching and listening, wherever in the world you are. Natalie Winter says, great afternoon all from Washington Gardens, Kingston, Jamaica, sending love and appreciation for life, good health, and wonderful friends Have a wonderful day. Thank you very much, Natalie. She says, hey, Dervan, how is jolly old England? Enjoy your time. Thank you very much, Natalie. It's been nice and quiet and cool, and we haven't been feeling the kind of heat that elsewhere in Europe, people elsewhere in Europe have been feeling. And we trust that they are managing, not least of all those back home, those of us back home. We left some hot houses, in a sense, don't we? Didn't we? And but we've gotten some breeze every now and then, nice and cool. So, oh, okay. So let's see. So Ricardo has joined us as well. Hello, Ricardo. Good to have you on board. Thank you very much. Good afternoon to you. Ricardo from Glengough, St. Catherine, who is always tuned in and saying hi to the rest of the world. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your listenership and support. Simi Blair, good afternoon to you. Thank you for joining us. Albert in Coconut Creek, Florida, says, Dervan, good afternoon. How's the first day? Having fun? Well, it's more like the third day, isn't it? Well, technically speaking, well, or the second day. We came in on a Tuesday morning, UK time. That's when we got here. Audrey Smith in Southampton, here in England. Don't know if we'll be able to see her before we leave. But if you're listening, Audrey Smith, well, we know you're online because your message is clear. She says, good evening, Dervan, and it's appropriate because it's evening UK time, but still afternoon Jamaica time, 2:38 p.m. in Kingston, Jamaica, which means it's 8:38 p.m. here in Tottenham Hale. And let's see. So Audrey Smith says, good evening, Dervan. Welcome to England. Hope you enjoy your stay. Enjoy and stay safe. Listening and watching from Southampton. Thank you very much, Audrey Smith, for participating as usual, for listening and watching. Jeannie Chambers says, good afternoon, teacher. Today is my birthday. Happy birthday to you, Jeannie Chambers. Thank you for joining us. Hello and good afternoon to Inez Iona Campbell. She says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and viewers. Good afternoon to you too, Inez Iona Campbell. Albert in Coconut Creek, Florida says, good afternoon, Angel. He's on your turf. Make sure he gets a lot of rest whilst he performs the duties he's commissioned to do. I trust your expo will be successful. And so say all of us, Mas Albert. Thank you very much. Norman Hines in St. Thomas says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Norman Hines. Thank you very much for joining us. Angela Forrest says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Angela Forrest. Thank you very much for joining us. Good to have you on board. So back to the event. So this is the event of the week, and the reason for the purpose of our visit on this trip to the United Kingdom is to highlight the work of the Angel Foundation UKJA. After all, they have the organization, Angel and her organization have made us also proud in terms of her contribution to development, especially in the fields of healthcare and education in Jamaica. And it's been 12 years. And here's a look at the booklet. There you see 12 years. And time flies, eh? Time really flies. So it's 12 years, the Angel Foundation celebrating their 12th anniversary in the form of this Afro-Caribbean Community Expo. And if you take a close look, you might see at least a couple of familiar faces there. So that's an idea. So let's just give you information. So as you spread the word here in Tottenham and elsewhere in the UK, we will be able to get the attention of others in Jamaica, back home in Jamaica and in the diaspora. And so we're looking forward to the event and looking forward to your continued support. There are a couple of messages in the booklet here, the 12th anniversary booklet. Messages from Bensonton Primary School, a beneficiary of the Angel Foundation. Message from Mount Pleasant Primary School, another beneficiary of the Angel Foundation. The Free Hill Primary and Infant Department, also saying thanks to the Angel Foundation. So it's a tremendous amount of work, and it hasn't hurt the fact that Angel has been able to convince and keep, in a manner of speaking, pardon the use of the term, but you get the picture we're painting here, that she has managed to capture in a good way and to keep the partners who came on board initially, to keep them on board. Partners like Grace Kennedy Group and VM Group, for example. Once again, we can never ever forget, and we should never ever forget to remember Transpac Ship with the older shores. Interesting how the family has gone about serving not just Jamaicans and West Indians in general, but the world in their business, their enterprise, Transpac Ship. And we are looking forward to speaking with Liz Oldershaw and, of course, her father as well as time goes on, because they have been quite the backbone of serving Jamaicans and West Indians in general as far as shipping is concerned. So the Afro-Caribbean Expo takes place this Saturday, as we've been sharing with you, the 29th of July. And the partners on board: Grace Foods UK, VM Group, Transpac Ship, Port Royal Patties. And we have patron Livingston Gilchrist, MLB Learning Solutions, and that will be from, there will be some live entertainment as well from midday till 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And as we've mentioned before, some 55 Black businesses will be featured on Saturday. Some 55 Black businesses. Others, face painting for the children, bouncy castles, what is called Jerk City, that's food, seafood, African food, and we'll tell you more in a moment.
You must be hungry, sorry. I just see it on the facial.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. Time is now
2:45 p.m. in Kingston, Jamaica, which means it's a quarter to 9 here in Tottenham Hale, London.
Ooh la la. Guys, we're at Fussman School and summer super sale. Come get your wires, breakers, LED downlights, solar lamps, LED bulbs, standing fans, and so much more. Shop Kingston, Medical, and Bungie Bay. Come get your smart locks, smart phones, video doorbells, and video cameras. You can't afford to miss it. Come shop, come save that Fosbridge Super Sale, July 3 to August 31. See you there at Fosbridge, open Sundays.
Said it's up. the rough ways to go. But I can't turn back.
Let's go, studio.
My mind's made up. So I'll never.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the story of Jamaica and Jamaicans at home and abroad. I'm Dervan Malcolm, and we're live in Tottenham Hale as we continue the build up to this coming Saturday's Angel Foundation UKJA Afro-Caribbean Community Expo, which is, well, the foundation itself, the Angel Foundation, celebrating 12 years. So it's the 12th anniversary of the Angel Foundation. And on Saturday, we look forward to seeing you at Living Under One Sun Community Hub and Cafe. That's inside Down Lane Park, Parkview Road, Tottenham, London, N17 9EX. And you can go online to Angel UKJA Expo 2023. Angel UKJA Expo 2023.eventbrite.co.uk. That's Angel UKJA Expo 2023.eventbrite.co or .co.uk. Raffle prizes will be on offer. Tickets just £3, only £3 for raffle tickets. And let's tell you about some of the, or share the list of some of the performers, some of the artists. Father Mighty of Vibes FM, Songstress Janelle Martin, blogger Rawpaw Crawpaw, DJ Mr. P, reggae artist Zena Banks, celebrity guest Chaser Sean Wallace, and he's well known in television land. He's quite a personality. Chaser Sean Wallace. Also actress, is it Donna or Donna? Okay, all right. And also Muraldo, DC, reggae artist. Some folklore will also be on offer. And in terms of entertainment as well, family karaoke, carnival dance competition. Platinum UK will be performing. There will be a steel band, Mardi Gras art design, and face painting, bouncy castle. That's what they call it in the UK. We call it bounce about. They call it bouncy castle. So there's bouncy castle, jerk Caribbean food, Grace Foods UK brand giveaway. They'll be having lots of Grace Foods giveaways. So you won't be leaving this community expo empty-handed. You'll have some goodies to go. And we told you about the raffle prizes as well. In terms of the booth holders, there are representatives of financial institutions like VM Group, for example. There are those who are involved in property matters, and of course, Jamaica's High Commission will be represented in all their glory, so to speak, in terms of a presence, that overarching presence at the expo. There are exhibitors involved in the beauty and fashion businesses, those who are into books. There are exhibitors of books, those who are into a healthy lifestyle. Exhibitors will be there for that area. If you love art, exhibitors will be exhibiting art and craft. Pick and Mix Candy Factory. That sounds like something the children will enjoy. Pick and Mix. And in terms of other partners, we did mention VM Group. There is also Grace Foods UK and the Grace Kennedy group in general, always well represented. Let's see, we have our friends from Transpac Ship, naturally, Power 106 represented. We're here. The weekly Gleaner is also on board, and we will tell you more as the program progresses. So we want to thank all those who are on board. Some dignitaries will also be passing through. The local mayor, his worship, her worship, is it? His worship. Okay, Claire Lester Buxton. His worship, the mayor of Haringey. And also expecting other dignitaries, other officials, Enfield Deputy Mayor, and let's see, we also are looking forward to, as we said, pressing flesh, as it were, with Steve Oldershaw of Transpac Ship, and of course Liz Shaw. Yes, 60 years of service to members of the Jamaican community and the West Indies in general. That is quite an achievement. We look forward to Stephen Oldershaw telling us the story in detail. And there are some celebrities who will be passing through as well. And we're definitely looking forward to joining all those who are listening. We look forward to seeing you when we get there on Saturday. All day. We'll be there all day, right? Not only when we're broadcasting, but all day, participating and playing our part to engage in conversations with Jamaicans and friends of Jamaica and Britons in general. So it's a lot to come, and we're looking forward to it. And we thank all those who have had anything to do with the arrangements here. The program continues as we remind those who want to be able to follow us, where we are live on Power 106 FM, frequencies 106.1, 106.3, 106.5, 106.7, and 106.9. And there's a Power 106 FM app that can be downloaded from the App Store or the Google Play Store for those with Android phones or tablets, and from the App Store for iPhone users. If you're in the USA, you can dial 631-359-8281 to listen to Power 106 FM. That's 631-359-8281. And for those in the UK where we are, your number is 0330-606-0953, 0330-606-0953. And of course, we also stream live on the Gleaner's website, go-jamaica.com, go-jamaica.com. Also live on onespotmedia.com. That's the number one, SPOTMEDIA.com, onespotmedia.com. Live as well on the Dervan Malcolm YouTube channel and the Dervan Malcolm Facebook page. We thank you so much for your continued support. Let's see. So some 55, or I'm seeing another piece of the information here. Yeah, 55 Black businesses. What about the trader? Yes, same. Yeah. And we're looking forward to the event coming up. So stand by for more. In the meantime, we're going to your messages on your program, both sides of the story here on Power 106 FM, and whatever additional information we will share with you about the event on Saturday, because we really want you to turn out in your numbers. So we want to give you as much information as possible so you know what to expect and you can spread the word even before getting to the location. All right, so we'll let you know when we have additional information to share with you. In the meantime, let's read some of your messages. In fact, let's see, we have some leftover messages from yesterday, plus messages that came in earlier. So like James in East London, he's online. He says, greetings. He says, this came in yesterday. Greetings. No political leader whose integrity is under serious question at home and abroad should be allowed to tamper with the country's constitution, especially in the area of justice. The Prime Minister of Israel, who it is said is a friend of our Prime Minister, being in a similar situation, has just yesterday, the 24th of July, 2023, done the same thing. I hope people of Jamaica will, like the people of Israel, have the testicular fortitude to push back against this creeping dictatorship. That's coming from Crocs in Black River. Thank you for your message, Crocs in Black River. James in East London says, welcome back to London, Sir Malcolm. Blessings. Thank you very much, James. Not sure how or when or if we'll be able to link up, as it were, just to greet each other and share a pint. That's what they say, although I don't drink. But anyway, let's see. So thank you for the welcome, James in East London. East London in relation to where we are now, geographically speaking. Or we'll sharpen our knowledge of the coordinates and see what we have. Dell Mignot, Miss Dell, says, how is that talk yesterday? Good evening, Mr. Dervan. How are you doing? Just to remind the Jamaicans, we know the things that are wrong in the sight and ears of God. Lining up in an airport is not against God's law. Secondly, can you imagine our Honorable Prime Minister talking about dead people voting? It would be hell and powder house. Every fly-by-night organization would be up in arms today and months to come. They would be telling him to apologize and resign. Tell me, Mr. Dervan, if I'm wrong. Well, you will always have situations where people express themselves one way or another. What we have always maintained is when you, and it's the first time I heard it put that way, was from a former Prime Minister P.J. Patterson, who said, when you occupy certain positions, you give up freedom of speech. And he was essentially saying, when you hold certain offices, you give up freedom of speech. You're not free to just say anything that comes to mind. And there are those who will call for apologies. And then there's another set who would say, but you done say it already. And what come out of your mouth is exactly what you meant to say, etc. So it's up to individuals looking on and listening to listen and look on in a discerning way, with discernment, and people will arrive at their own conclusions, and they are free so to do, and people are free to do whatever they want to do, as we always say, as long as that freedom doesn't infringe on another person's freedom. More in a moment.
Contractors, developers, and small builders. Contact Coast to Coast Group of Companies for high-quality concrete products. The time by Coast to Coast Group of Companies is
3 o'clock in the afternoon back home in Kingston, Jamaica, which means it's 9 p.m. here in Tottenham Hale.
auto world.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Get news and reviews relating to vehicles and automotive technology. Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation. Find out about the various stakeholders in the local and international automotive sectors. From auto finance to road safety to motorcycles, the Auto World is your one-stop shop for everything auto. That's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Weekdays at 5:15 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
Let's go, studio. I believe we have 2 more leftover messages from yesterday, and then we go to the ones for today. This one says, beautiful at 57. Oh, somebody turned 57 and another person is congratulating that person. Rudolph in Stony Hill says, Mr. Malcolm, bless up, keep up the good work, bringing both sides of the story to everyone. The garbage pile up behind the market in Stony Hill. No truck come to collect the garbage. It keeps piling up more and more. And they got 50 trucks and situation is worse than before. So when they were bawling for more trucks, it wasn't the trucks was the issue. Laziness come when them feel like we need to structure our garbage collection better. That's a message from Rudolph in Stony Hill. We noticed that Richie Nebar, was it a message or a link? All right. That was Richie Nebar. Not seeing that message now. Going down the line to clear some of the other messages. This one is a voice note. We haven't been able to listen to it before, so we'll have to wait until we're able to audition that clip before playing it or to determine whether we should play it. Let's see. Going down the line. Paul in London says, good afternoon, Dervan. Nice to have you back in England. I hope your journey was well. Hope you enjoy your time. Where in Tottenham are you? He asked. And we are in, there's a place called Premier Inn. That's a local hotel here. But we are happy to be in Tottenham Hill and happy to be sharing with our listeners and viewers both on location here and elsewhere in the diaspora. So that's Paul in London. Thank you very much for touching base. And let's see who else is messaging us. June in Norway, Oslo, Norway. Miss June, how are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Rohan Johnson of Atlas Ocho Rios says, good day, Sir Malcolm. It's Rohan Johnson from Atlas Ocho Rios endorsing your program to the fullest. Thank you, Rohan Johnson. This one says, hello. Hello, the most traveling man in the country. Kojak from Kojak Country Lifestyle YouTube channel, sending positive vibration to everyone. Content District Bogwalk is sunny and nice. Big up UK family. Sir D, the teacher, he says. You're very kind. Thank you very much for your message. Driver in America says, oh, there are a couple of messages here. One was from Friday, was it? Can you envision a Metrolink light rail system linking the Kingston and St. Andrew metropolitan area with Portmore, evolving out of a Jamaica whose post-independence leaders took a more visionary approach, transporting the masses to and from into the weekend ahead? And yes, in fact, Driver in America, we are aware of a a potential deal. I'm not sure if any documents have been signed yet, but there is such a contemplation, such development is contemplated. Whether it will see the light of day remains to be seen. But we are aware of something along those lines with members of the diaspora involved as well. And somebody says, where there is a will, there is a way. Indeed, Brother Dervan, you did not leave your ability to open your show with the most illuminating poetry in Jamaica. You're very kind, driver in America. Thank you very much for your message. Sean says, greetings, teacher. Good afternoon to you from London, England. How are you all? The best to you, my brother. Thank you very much, Sean. And Miss Hermin in Oslo, Norway, says, good evening. I would love to send greetings to all my friends and family in England. Father, sisters, nieces, and nephews. They are all over London. Well, please encourage them to join us for a truly Afro-Caribbean community expo. That would be good, Miss June. How about sending them over to Living Under One Sun Community Hub, Down Lane Park, Parkview Road, N17 9EX. How about that? In Tottenham Hill. There's an idea for you, Miss June, assuming that your family members are not too busy to come and have some fun with us. In the meantime, we see Ren M, or RM, as he's known these days. He says, good afternoon, Sir Malcolm. I do not think it was our Prime Minister who made the comment about the dead people voting. I stand corrected, but I think it was the leader of the opposition who is responsible for that one. Yes, indeed, you are correct. I don't know. It seems I was tempted to play a rat race this afternoon with all the squabbles inside Parliament, outside Parliament, between government and opposition, because none of that is going anywhere. None of that is going to take us anywhere. The constant squabbling and he say, she say, this, that, and the devil knows what. Really, no. Can we demonstrate that at 61 we are enjoying a level of maturity, a higher level of maturity, please? There's just a little too much of the look, listen, when it doesn't matter who is in Jamaica House, it doesn't matter who is in the White House, etc., etc. Anyone as a leader who occupies that position will have to deal with the same Jamaica. Jamaica is not going to change overnight. It's the same institutions, mostly the same people. It's the same limited resources that we have to deal with. So we really don't have any time to waste, quite frankly. As a country, as a people, we don't have time to waste. We're in a haste. We should be in a haste to try and get things done at this stage. At 61, you would think that we have arrived at a higher level of maturity. We need to demonstrate that. Come on now. Come on now. Juliet Pete says, good afternoon, Dervan. Enjoy your England trip. I visited 2 times, says Juliet Pete. All right. Thank you very much for your message, Juliet Pete. Alistair Prayog says, I can't believe you are so close to me and I didn't know. I am just a little bit away from you. Ah, that's good to know. Who knows? Maybe we can link up, Alistair Prayog, just down the road from us. Goodness. Winifred Campbell is also messaging us saying, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. Good afternoon, Winifred Campbell. Good to have you on board. And Winifred Campbell goes on to say, first time I'm texting you, but I listen to you most of the time. Thank you very much, Winifred Campbell. We appreciate your support. Long may it continue. Asha Ash says, good evening, Mr. Dervan. What's up? How long will you be here for? I'll try to come on Saturday. Well, we look forward to seeing you on Saturday, Asha Ash. Looking forward to seeing you at the Angel Foundation UKJA Afro-Caribbean Community Expo from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. It promises to be fun, and there are opportunities to contribute as well to the Greater Portmore High School back home in Jamaica. That's the Greater Portmore High School Information Technology IT project. So we look forward to your making your contribution. It's only £10 in terms of donations. And that goes to the Angel Foundation, which will see to the establishment of the Greater Portmore High School, Jamaica IT project, Information Technology project. Looking forward to your support, Asha Ash. Thank you so much. Cherry Henry says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and listeners. Your background picture is pretty. Indeed, painted by a Jamaican artist. A Jamaican artist, yes. And the name should be there somewhere. It's K. Spencer of Jamaica. K. Spencer of Jamaica. And the date, 2012. That's the date, 2012. That's 11 years ago. And so there you go, Cherry Henry. Maybe you could Google K. Spencer, Jamaica, and see if you can find the painter. Who knows, to do a background like that for you as well? Why not? Why not? All right, let's continue with more on your program. Both sides of the story, Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. Let's see who else is messaging us. MH in Albion. Where did the message go? MH in Albion. Right, says, greetings, Dervan. Enjoy London, a wonderful, disciplined capital with lots of culture. Regards to Liz of Transpac Ship. When you meet from the Hutchinson family, formerly of Wembley, now in sunny Jamaica. Proud to be home. Enjoy London. Take in some of the theatre. Blessings to you and all listeners. MH in Albion. Good to hear from you, MH in Albion. There's more after the break.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
9:15 p.m. here in Tottenham Hale, which means it's 3:15 in the afternoon back home in Kingston, Jamaica.
As the summer winds down, soon you'll be turning your attention to the new school year. No worries, we've got you covered at the annual RJR Gleaner Back to School Bazaar. Come join us on the South Lawns at Dervan House on Saturday, August 12th for essential textbooks and stationery items, e-learning devices, backpacks and lunch kits, snacks, juices and other must-have lunch fun items, and a whole lot more. The Minister of Health and Wellness will also provide important information crucial for safe return to class. Call our marketing department at 926-1100 now to book your space. That's 926-1100 to participate in the RGR Gleaner Back to School Bazaar at Dervan House on Saturday, August 12th. Sponsored by National Baking Company, the Ministry of Health and Wellness, Carlong Publishers Limited, Sunshine Snacks, Devon Biscuits, Sangster's Bookstore.
But I can't say that. My heart is heavy, my mind's made up. So I'll never stop in my bed. We'll see, better tell you, all alone.
Let's go, studio.
On some road I run.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Poro 106 FM, the story of Jamaica and Jamaicans at home and abroad. Hello to Alistair Prayog. Once again, Alistair Prayog, who mentioned a while ago being close to us, says, yes, I am in Edmonton N9. Edmonton N9. All right, so that sounds like we will catch up. Yeah, well, why not come and join us then, Alistair Prayog? Feel free. Alistair, if you wish. Let's see, you can always message us on the text line 876-365-3346, and we will connect with you. 876-365-3346. So you can send us a WhatsApp or a text message, and we will connect with you and see if you can join us before we wrap. The choice is yours, Alistair. Choice is yours, because especially since you're this close. Goodness. Evangelist Paulette Gray says, blessings, Dervan. To you too, Evangelist Paulette Gray. Velto Wilson says, good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm and listeners. Beautiful painting there. Yep, that's why we chose this spot. And Juliet Pete says, hello, Mr. Dervan. Sending greetings to my family in London. Thank you. Well, hello to your family, Juliet Pete. We hope they're well. And Alistair says, okay, no worries. So let's see if we will meet Alistair Prayog at some point this evening. And let's see. Did we read this one already? Yeah, we read this one already from MH in Albion, St. Thomas. Gian in Chantilly, Portland says, what's up, mate? We're fine, thanks. How is it with you? Thank you very much. Let's see. Clarky Bless in Hunstown, St. Mary says, good afternoon. No, not that one. This one is a new message. Good afternoon, Mr. Malcolm. Happy Wednesday to you, your listeners, and all my relatives and friends in the UK. Enjoy your stay, sir. Clarky Bless, Hunstown, St. Mary. Good to hear from you, Clarky Bless in Hunstown, St. Mary. Thank you for your message, and all the very best to you and your family. How about that? Continuing with more. This is your program, Both Sides of the Story, Para 106 FM. Still taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. That's 876-922-4112-5. As usual, the team in the studio will let us know whenever you are online. 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. 411225. Seeing a reminder popping up here. Independence Day to be observed on August 7th. Independence Day to be observed on August 7th. So the Ministry of Labor and Social Security is advising the public that Independence Day, that's Jamaica's Independence Day, will be observed on Monday the 7th. And it is put that way because the actual day is the 6th. The 6th of August is Independence Day, but because it falls on a Sunday, it will be observed. The holiday will be observed on Monday, the 7th of August. As in keeping with Section 2 of the Holidays Public General Act and the schedule of that same act, providing that Independence Day shall be celebrated on the 6th day of August. However, where August 6th falls on a Sunday, Independence Day is to be observed on the following Monday. So in keeping with the Holidays Public General Act, Independence Day is to be observed on Monday, the 7th of August. Just in case there was anyone out there wavering and wondering, there's the information for you, just popped up, and happy to share it. Let's go to the phone lines, 876-922-4112-5. Good afternoon. Thanks for calling.
Hello, Dervan.
Hi. How are you? Miss Mervis, is that you? For a
Yes,
moment there, I
ma'am.
thought you had changed your accent. You sounded different a while ago. Sounded like you put on your... Huh?
You're going in another region to play style.
So it is.
You know?
Yes.
Yes, man. 90% of my generation up in UK, you know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. Oh, yes. 90% of my close relative up there no more.
I see.
So, yes, man, we have some down a lot. You know, me I hear up all the British there, you know. Jamaican, UK, Jamaican. Everybody up in UK, them I hear them up. I'm playing up. Them from the 50s, you know.
Okay.
You know, and there's some grand. Yes, man.
So you
relative of the grand of the late 50s.
I see. And you have spent time in the UK as well?
No, so I didn't want me to come up there enough time, but me not reach it.
Well, I think
We have to deal with that job. We have to deal with that job down here before me can move.
I see.
Can't move. So the king said me have to work on this Jamaica thing here. When we get it to a certain place, we can't do that, but we can't move right enough.
Oh.
You know that promise to can't go tour with you, man. I can't move because the king said that now. Yeah, man, we have one sister, my baby sister up in London here, the name, I cried now somewhere about the name, Mrs. Hermina Frame.
Yes, I know Croydon. I've been in I've been to Croydon, yes.
I don't know if it's still in Croydon, because I remember the name of the place, and sometimes there was another son of their name, Bobby Frame too.
Oh.
Yes, and family. And you know, most of them are up in Yorkshire. I'm up in Yorkshire, Mr. Vernal Henry and family, and Mrs. Juanita Stewart and her large family up there too, and Walter Henry up in Yorkshire, man. What do you put them up for Yorkshire? So I greet them from Jamaica on the Honorable Dervan Malcolm show.
You're too kind.
The man, all the knowledge is power.
Yes, indeed it is.
It is power, and we need the wisdom to use it.
That's right.
Yeah. Yes, man. So, yes, one of these days, me hope me reach up there. I never forgot to tour the world because I'm stuck down some.
Well, it's about time.
Blessings to everybody.
Yes. I was saying it's about time when you mentioned touring the world. It's about time.
Yes, no, you know, me just can't go to show me that you have a passport.
Oh, well.
That's in my passport, you know. So, what I say every time him get somebody to deal with this nation and them go and leave it. So, not in my passport me have right now. But I feel when you want me to move, we give me one jet plane for myself.
We'll see how that goes. Mm.
You give me one personal test. Yes, man. There's a young man named Danny Reddy up there too, you know. We used to teach together at school.
Denny Reddy?
Danny Reddy.
Okay.
Danny Reddy used to write. He used to do a lot of writing, read the programs that run out here when he was a freelance journalist at Gleaner.
Oh.
Yeah, man. Then we used to say when them can't find me, then looking at the Gleaner, I'm always there to write up the program that I used to do down the road. Yeah, man, Danny Reddy.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just now, it's long time you have connections.
Yeah, man, we used to teach at the same school with me. We were down in the 70s.
Oh.
I used up there. But him leave and go up to Britain there. And yes, he's a teacher up there and lay magistrate. Somewhere there.
Very good.
In England. Send greetings to him. If him hear it, I don't hear it. And there are students up there too, you know?
Yes.
Kind of up there. So, Brad named Jamaica, you know?
Yes.
Just Brad.
Hold on one moment. Hold one moment, Miss Mervis. I'm just seeing another message from Asha Ash, who is in London, asking us to give her the address again where we will be on Saturday morning, life spare God willing. We're scheduled to be at a place called Living Under One Sun Community Hub. Living Under One Sun Community Hub and Cafe. Living Under One Sun Community Hub and Cafe inside Down Lane Park, Parkview Road, Tottenham Hale in London. That's where we will be on Saturday, the 29th of July. Living Under One Sun Community Hub and Cafe inside Down Lane Park, Parkview Road, Tottenham, London. Yes, Miss Mervis.
Yes, man. Somebody was asking you for my number from the other day. Somebody from Canada.
Who was that again? Yes.
Somebody will call you regularly, man. One of the regular callers. Can't remember what name, but somewhere in Canada. I mean, for Calgary or where, but the person keep asking for my number.
Mm.
But you not for my number too, brother, on radio these days.
Oh.
I'd rather give the number to the host and make them collect it from there because they're doing some other thing. They work on some book stuff and things. I mean, I really can't take the whole heap of cards like first time. I work on some stuff and things that may have around here.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Renation thing that the whole world will need it as well. I mean, it will collate them and put them together and do something. Huh?
Right. And
because we have got change, you know?
yes.
The people going to have a change. We people going to have it. That is what the Almighty said from day one. The people going to have to change this nation. We people. You know, we have to get the leaders to understand that we pay them. They are our leaders. They are our paid servants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? They're not all gods and lords. We need to wake up to that fact.
Mm-hmm.
And as Miss Williams, Miss Williams, Joanne always said, demand. The word she left behind is the word demand. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So yes, man, knowledge is power. You're putting knowledge out here.
Yes.
So bless up to all the English people, whether they are Jamaicans or not.
Thank you.
If we are going to look to Jamaica and Guinea, you know, I wish we could have sent some up there. Yeah, but we are going to work, you know, sharp the cutlass and all them things there.
All right.
And get my whole boat then well oiled up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, man.
Yes.
Have to do that. They will stiff up on your car move.
Mm-hmm.
And bless up and thanks for listening to me. But me not give you the number. When you come back, maybe at Jamaica, but the person keep asking you for my number. But me not want to put it on the here. You all right?
All right. Let me put it. Let me save it. Just a moment.
Yeah, the person. Me remember Calgary or somewhere in Canada. That person will call out station all the while, man.
How do you want to get the number to me? Because you don't want to call the numbers on air, do you?
I don't want to here.
All right. Oops, look at the time. We have to take a break. So let's take the break.
but I can't turn back.
Help us protect Jamaica's borders. Tell us about any illegal guns coming through customs controlled areas. Call Crime Stop at 311. The time by the Jamaica Customs Agency is
3:31 in the afternoon back home in Kingston, Jamaica. It's 29 minutes to 10 o'clock in the night here in wet Tottenham Hill.
It's the Home and Things Anniversary Sale. We're kicking off celebrations with big discounts on all your favorite items. Enjoy store-wide savings with huge discounts on tiles, bathroom fixtures, faucets, vanities, shower enclosures, lighting, home decor, and more. We're celebrating quality and style as we say thank you, Jamaica, for 25 years of love and support. The Home and Things Anniversary Sale, Old Hope Road and Conference Spring Road. Let's celebrate because Jamaica builds with Home and Things.
the Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Get news and reviews relating to vehicles and automotive technology. Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation. Find out about the various stakeholders in the local and international automotive sectors. From auto finance to road safety to motorcycles, the Auto World is your one-stop shop for everything auto. That's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Weekdays at 5:15 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
Oh, the river gets deeper, hills get steeper, and the rain gets deeper.
Studio, can you take down Miss? Hold on.
Road. Love, peace and joy for me. Troubles and danger
Let's
for
go.
me. Destiny.
Thanks a lot for staying with us here on your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. We are continuing the build-up to Saturday's Afro-Caribbean Community Expo, organized by the 12-year-old Angel Foundation. And it happens on Saturday, the 29th of July, from 9 in the morning until 9 in the night. And we're looking forward to your participation, looking forward to seeing you on location. And we want to remind you of that location, which is Down Lane Park, Parkview Road, N17 9EX. And we're looking forward to that. And we want to remind you as well that the broadcast will be live on Power 106 FM during the regular hours of the Jamaican Diaspora Live Online. The Jamaican Diaspora Live Online, which airs Saturday from 6 to 9 Jamaica time, which is 12 noon to 3 p.m. 12 noon to 3 p.m. UK time. So that's the additional information, just repeating some information there. And we're also looking forward to engaging our friends from WANIS. That's coming up as well. And we're definitely looking forward to the stories, Jamaicans in the diaspora here in the UK, sharing their stories with fellow Jamaicans and the rest of the world. The Nadine Show saying, good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon to the operators of the Nadine Show. Sonia Ropa, hello to you as well. And Cherry Henry says, good afternoon, Mr. Dervan and listeners. Your background picture is pretty. Wish I could take credit for it, Cherry Henry, but I can't, so I shan't. And well, Ash says she's going to try to come and see us on Saturday. We look forward to that, Ash. Sonia Ropa says, hello, Mr. Malcolm. Welcome to London, Tottenham. Kindly wish my mother, Miss Uralee Williams from Kingston, New Haven, a happy belated birthday, 13th of July. I was there with her and got back Saturday morning. Oh, that's good to know. Well done, Sonia Ropa, and happy birthday to your mom, Ms. Uralee Williams from Kingston, New Haven, to be more precise. We join you in conveying happy birthday, happy belated birthday. It was the 13th of July. She says that she was here with her mom and they got back to Jamaica Saturday morning. Errol says, hello, Sir D. Good night. See you are in Tottenham, home of my Spurs. Wow. Can you get me a jersey? A Tottenham jersey. All right, let's see what's possible. In fact, I recall last time I was here in the UK, there was a big match. I remember, what's the name of that location? Was it like was it a restaurant or a pastry, patisserie? I don't know. I'm trying to remember. But what I remembered was the sea of people going to support Tottenham. So it's on the road to Tottenham, to the stadium. Yes, I remember that. And people of all ages and nationalities. Yes. Because at first I thought there was some demonstration or something happening. Only to find out that all these people were heading to, what's the name of their venue?
Tottenham High Road.
Is High Road?
Tottenham High Road.
Tottenham High Road. Okay. Yes, I remember that. All right, let's continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com. And we're still taking your messages. So I know we're looking forward to your messages still. So keep them coming.
Whoa, he died.
Keep them coming.
What happened?
And we are, the news of, how does she pronounce her first name? Sinead O'Connor.
She had gone reclusive.
Yes.
She died.
Yes, I actually saw that story earlier on.
She was on Good Morning, I think, early last year. Dressed normal. She went reclusive.
Irish singer Sinead O'Connor has died at the age of 56. That's the breaking story running across the screen of our monitor right now. Condolences to the family. And Errol says, my team since 1972. He has been supporting Tottenham since 1972. You know what that means? Before I was born. So let's continue. 876. Okay, hold on. Let's go across here, because we see some of our other listeners from Europe tuning in. So Dawn Bernard says, bonjour, Monsieur Malcolm, et les personnes qui écoutent. J'espère que vous allez tout bien. So she's saying, hello, Mr. Malcolm, and those listening. I hope I hope you are well. All is well. Mhm. Yes. Hope you're well. I'm fine, thanks. Je vais très bien. Bon, I could either say bonjour or bonsoir. Well, since we're in the UK, it's bonsoir. Bonsoir, Don Bernard. Good evening, Don Bernard. And thank you very much for joining us. And on behalf of our other listeners as well. And I'm fine, thanks. Hope the same for you. Je vais très bien. Et tu? And she says, I wish you could hop over to Paris. It's only 2 hours, 15 minutes on the Eurostar traveling undersea. Yes, it's one of those things I need to fix at some point, because I've studied French all my life, from first form to the University of the West Indies, and I'm yet to journey to France. That's not good. Ce n'est pas quelque chose de bon. Pas du tout, not at all. So, un de ces jours, perhaps, one of these days, perhaps. Yeah, we have to fix that. One of these days. Un de ces jours. So Don Bernard says, I wish you could hop over to Paris. It's only 2 hours, 15 minutes on the Eurostar, traveling under the sea. And hopefully sooner than later, Don Bernard. Hopefully sooner than later, we can hop over to France. And Lisa Campbell says, Dervan, mark me late but present. Thanks. Indeed. Angela, good on your event on Saturday. I think she means Angelia, yes, or Angel for short. Good on your event on Saturday. Sorry I'm not able to be there, she says. Understandably so, Don Bernard. Knowing you, I remember what was it? You were filming for almost a whole day, and we were following her. She was taking us to this famous cathedral and that other film. Yes, in Paris. Yes, because Don Bernard is, what's the name of our organization now? It's the, oh gosh, I'm in trouble, Don Bernard. Let me see if I can bring up your information here. Don Bernard, or right, she is the president. She is the president of the Jamaican diaspora en France. Jamaican diaspora en France. That's the Jamaican diaspora in France. Dawn Bernard. Well, she's popularly known as Dawn. Others know her as Marcia. Oh, Dawn Bernard, last year, this time, she was here?
I went there.
Oh, you were in Paris. Okay. All right, one moment, listeners. Let's take the break and come back.
For any project, ABC Electrical Sales has all your electrical supplies at the best prices. 8 Hagley Park Road, Kingston, 7543714. The time by ABC Electrical Sales is
3:45 p.m. back home in Kingston, Jamaica. 15 minutes to 10 o'clock in the night here in Tottenham Hale, UK.
The Auto World.
It's the only program on Jamaican radio dedicated to the world of automobile. It's the Auto World with Shelley and McLagan. Get news and reviews related to vehicles, and automotive technology. Learn the ins and outs of mechanical operation.
Find out about the various stakeholders in the local and international automotive sectors, from auto finance to road safety to motorcycles. The Auto World is your one-stop shop for everything auto. That's the Auto World with Celia McLagger. Weekdays at 5:15 p.m. on Power 106 FM and the Power 106 FM app.
Oh, the river gets deeper, hills get steeper, and the rain gets deeper every day. Yeah, yeah. I've got a hard road to travel and a rough way to go. Said it's a hard
Let's go,
road
studio.
to travel. Rough.
Merci beaucoup, Don Bernard. Thanks a lot, Don Bernard, for the reminder. There's so much to remember. The reminder that your organization is Jamaican Diaspora en France, JDIF, JADIF for short, JDIF, or Jamaican Diaspora en France. That's the organization. And who knows, we hope Andrew Séjour, one of these days, will be able to join the Jamaicans en France to celebrate Jamaica and Jamaicans. Looking forward to that. Let's see if we can work towards that. Don Bernard, how about that? Let's work towards that. In the meantime, continuing with your program, Both Sides of the Story, Power 106 FM. And as we said, we're still taking your calls. Whatever is on your mind, whatever the topic of discussion, feel free to share. 876-365-3346. That's the number to call, 876-365-3346. And let's see who's messaging us. Oh, we have quite a few more messages that have come in. This one from Gian in Chantilly, Portland, saying, I'm here tuned in and giving thanks for another day. That's good to know, Gian in Chantilly, Portland. Driver in America says, Brother Dervan, I sent this message for Brother Simon earlier, but I hope you can make the same request of Miss Mervis for me. Thanks. Where's the message to Simon? Let me see. Driver again, Brother Simon. Please ask Miss Mervis to speak on the civics book illustration of the different groups of people in the democracy, which she was speaking about on Real Business for our edification. I don't know if Miss Mervis is still listening, but if you're still listening, Miss Mervis, just bear in mind that Driver in America is asking you if you can speak on the civics book illustration of the different groups of people in the democracy, which he was speaking about on Real Business this morning. And I think, yes, that's today, this morning. And for our edification, she says, Driver in America. All right, we hope Miss Mervis heard. If not, then at the next opportunity, the earliest opportunity, we'll be happy. And we have your number, by the way, Miss Mervis. So at the earliest opportunity, we'll gladly share the information. Let's see what we have. This one says, oh, all right, so Driver, let me see now. How do we do this? Let's do, no, not that. Let's go back. Let's do this. Let's do that. But I don't think Miss Mervis is on WhatsApp, is she? Is she? I think so. Is she? I'm not sure. I don't think so. I don't think so. Don't think she is on WhatsApp. So I'm sure she'll be happy to receive a call from driver.
I don't understand what's going on. They keep on asking me for every time I go in, they might ask me to change password.
All right, let's send this. All right, let's continue. We just shared your number, Miss Mervis, with driver in America. And we do that because it's driver in America. So he is not flippant. He is always about business. So let's see. Is this another message? This one from Cuban in Georgia, saying, "Good afternoon, Sir Malcolm. I think you have a clip hook up with Mr. Patterson, Mr. Manley, and others you play often, sending shout out to my uncle Kenneth in Tottenham." Sir Malcolm, I was the one asking for Miss Mervis' contact. Oh, it's you. It's Cuban in Georgia. All right. I know. Let's see if we can help. Let's go back here, do that. And what did I say? Cuban in Georgia. Stand by, Cuban in Georgia. Let's try this again. We're trying to forward. Let's try something else. Forward. I think we just did it, did we? So, all right, let's see. Let's take a pause. Let's take a pause and just a brief pause. Studio, take it for a moment. Checking on something here.
services will now vary depending on the type of transaction done.
You mean those services won't attract a flat rate anymore?
That's right. So we have to put this information out ASAP. Customers have to be informed at least 45 days before it becomes effective.
That gives us a couple of weeks to put things in place.
The appropriate signage is being prepared as we speak. As soon as you get the posters, please make sure you put them in the most conspicuous places so that all customers get the message.
We'll place a few by the tellers, one by customer service, and one by the entrance.
The Code of Conduct for the Banking Services Act is very clear that relevant signage must be prominently displayed in all our branches and any other locations in which we operate.
I can accept that. The worst thing we could do is to surprise the customers with a change like that.
The bank has to be very careful to ensure that our customers are always informed of any changes we introduce.
That's right. The method of communication of a general advisory. The communication of advisories shall be by prominent display of such advisory in a conspicuous position in each place of business and all locations operated by deposit-taking institutions, that is, head office, except in the case of a foreign bank, and all branch and sub-branch locations, as well as agent locations, as the case may be. That's how it is under the law.
Brought to you today by the Bank of Jamaica, building an inclusive economy.
Join us Tuesday and Wednesday at 6:45 and 8:55 a.m. and at 4 and 9:55 p.m. on Apollo 106 FM for Under the Law.
Let's do a studio.
Peace and joy for me.
Let's go. Que hora es en español? Son las 4:04. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4:04. 现在几点了？4点05分. It's 5 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon back home in Kingston, Jamaica. 5 minutes past 10 o'clock in the night here in Tottenham Hale, London, as we continue our series of broadcasts. And all we share, all we want to share with you during this week is to recognize the tremendous potential that lies in that pretty much is in our grasp. And we should never miss the opportunity to take advantage of some of the possibilities that emerge as we pursue better, whatever we regard as better going forward. So we'd like to, once again, I'm looking at the message from Errol in this is Errol in Maryland, I think, saying that, Errol, please confirm if it's Errol in Maryland. I think so. He says his team since 1972 is Tottenham. So I'm looking at the word team and I'm reminded of all those who were involved, all the members of the team who were yesterday involved in seeing to the improvement in our connections at home and abroad. And we thank the members of the team, the technical team, as they played their part in making sure that we would have and continue to have right now a seamless broadcast. And we We thank Ronald Chippy Wallace and his team, and our producer Jesse Blake, our program assistants, and obviously you, our faithful listeners and viewers all over the world, for sticking and staying with us, as it were. We really appreciate you. Thank you very much. Here is, well, we're still taking your calls and your messages. We have never stopped. The numbers to call, whatever is on your mind, feel free, 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. Let's take another of these messages. Well, we have more to take, and we're going to share with you in just a moment. So here's one, and this one is from let's see. So this is Marcel Worrell. Marcel Worrell says, Mr. M, what's up with the chatter with our PM on his last entry to the USA? So that's the question, Marcel Worrell. Mr. M, what's up with the chatter with our PM on his last entry to the USA? I'm sorry, I've been traveling. I haven't been able to follow every bit of news, but I did hear something about the Prime Minister going through the airport. It sounded as if something unconventional was done or something wasn't done. The correct thing wasn't done. Something was off. So if there's anyone listening who can accurately recount what that is all about, please feel free to share, just in case I'm not the only one who has been traveling and therefore missed the story that you referenced just now. All right, so over to you, our listeners. Thank you for raising the subject. Marcel Worrell, thank you. Let's go now to Cornell. Cornell says, good evening, Dervan. It will be by vote against dead man vote. And sadly, I give by vote the edge. On a serious note, Mark Golding should think before he talk and stop cause unnecessary distraction. Cornell from St. Mary. We have essentially dealt with this matter already at the start. As I said, I was tempted to start with the song Rat Race, Bob Marley's Rat Race, because it looks like that's what we're engaging in right now, as opposed to, and hey, nothing is wrong with ribbing or jousting or otherwise mouthing a friend, a neighbor, a family member, a colleague, a listener, anybody in general. But in all of this, we want to maintain a level of respect and regard, because none of us knows what tomorrow will bring. And some of the very same people we are treating in a bad way might very well end up being the cornerstones. And otherwise, even outside of that, it's just the right thing to do. Respectfully agree to disagree. If we can't agree, we respectfully agree to disagree. We can disagree, but not be disagreeable. It's just not necessary. Some of us have lived long enough, and I'm not including myself in that, but I guess I count as well. When I say long enough, meaning over an extended or extensive period of years, when you would think at that age and stage, because that section of the Bible, when I was a child, I thought as a child, and so on and so forth. Now I am a man, I put away childish things, etc. That's how we're supposed to transition from one stage to another and another and another and another. A greater level of maturity. That is what is necessary. A greater level of maturity, especially right now in the political directorate. There's just a little too much angst going on right now. It's just a little too much. And keep that up, and I'll have to draw for Ernie Smith's Power and Glory. There's so many powerful lines in that recording. Can't build no dream on a fuss and a fight. Me no care who I do it. Just said that no right. And so on and so forth. You know, are we building a nation or are we building a hut? Are we building a nation or are we building a hut? Come on now, we have to do better. Our country is about to enter into its 61st year, her 61st year of existence as an independent state. Surely, independence means much more than some of us are making it out to be. Because the idea is not necessarily to get other people to mold and shape you in a particular way, but it's each individual recognizing that he or she is of a certain age, and therefore with that age come certain expectations. One moment, please.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
4:15 in the afternoon in Kingston, Jamaica, which means it's 10:15 p.m. here in Tottenham Hale, London.
Education plays a critical role in the lives of our young people. At the American Foundation for the University of the West Indies, we ensure financially challenged students across the Caribbean are given increased access to higher education so they can continue to transform their lives and the lives of others. Support our mission in shaping the lives of our future leaders. Donate to educate. Contact our office at 212-759-9345 for more details.
I don't the trouble, the rough way to go. Said it's a hard road to trouble, the rough way to go. But I can't tell you that my heart is fixed, and my mind's made up. No, I'll never stop in my bed. We'll see. I've got to tell you, I'm all alone. This lonesome road I roam, I've got no love. Call my very own. Oh, the river gets deeper, hills get steeper, and the rain gets deeper. When I think tonight, God is next, my mind is made up. No, I'll never stop in my faith. But see one more thing, dream of home. Far beyond the sea, well, there is love, peace and joy for me. Oh, in my eyes I see troubles and danger for me, but destiny, where my destiny leads me, I must go. Yeah, yeah. I've got a hard road to travel, the rough way. Said it's a hard road to travel.
Let's go studio.
Rough way.
¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 4:18. Quelle heure est-il en français? Les 4 Il est 4:18. 现在几点了？4点18分. 18 minutes past 4 o'clock in the afternoon in Kingston, Jamaica, which means it's 10:18 p.m. here in Tottenham Hale, London, as we continue the build-up to this weekend's big Angel Foundation UKJA Afro Caribbean Community Expo, which runs from 9 in the morning until 9 in the night. And you are all invited, especially if you're in the UK. The address is Living Under One Sun Community Hub and Cafe. That's Living Under One Sun Community Hub and Cafe inside Down Lane Park, Parkview Road, Tottenham, London. And you can book free tickets. You can visit Angel UKJA Expo 2023. And you can simply join us on location. Lots of prizes, raffles, entertainment, the whole works. So you can get ready for that. In the meantime, we're continuing to take your calls on 876-922-4112-5, 876-922-4112-5. Text line is the same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice notes, but you can call us on WhatsApp as well. That number is 876-365-3346, 876-365-3346. And just to give you a quick update, still take note of wet and windy conditions outside. The stories that are trending right now, let's take a quick look. Bath Fountain gets improved road access. Visitors to the idyllic Bath Fountain in St. Thomas can now enjoy a smoother journey to the attraction following the completion of phase 1 of the 45.5 million Bath Access Road Rehabilitation Project. And that's the word from the Tourism Minister, Edmund Bartlett. Man on murder charge held with illegal gun in Westmoreland is another of the trending stories. We shared one that crawled across the screen earlier on. Sinead O'Connor, gifted and provocative Irish singer, dies at 56. And where is Ralston Hyman to announce this one? Federal Reserve raises its key rate for the 11th time by a quarter point. Also, some other news trending. Body found wrapped in tarpaulin in St. Catherine. Chuck says move to change retirement age for DPP. Auditor General started years ago, according to Mr. Chuck. And London jury acquits Kevin Spacey of sexual assault charges on his birthday. And we saw that right here on the local TV news a little earlier on today. And so those are some of the trending stories here on the Jamaica-Gleaner website. And you can log on and read on. Choice is yours. Thank you very much. Let's clear some of the many messages that we have piling up right now. Let's see. Don Bernard says, let's work towards that, Dervan. And that's in reference to hopping over from the UK to France. And Faye Weller says, blessed afternoon, Mr. Dervan and faithful listeners. God bless us all. Thank you, Faye Weller. Inez Iona Campbell says, Mr. Dervan, please, Miss Mervis, if she remembers Delroy, please ask Miss Mervis if she remembers Delroy Simpson, known as Jimmy from St. Mary. So that's Inez Iona Campbell wanting to find out from Miss Mervis if she remembers Delroy Simpson, known as Jimmy from St. Mary. Don Bernard says, can you believe my Port Royal patties are still at the factory waiting? I know it's not their fault. Brexit has messed up everything. We have to get authorization from the French and UK government. Before Brexit, we ordered 2,000 patties and we had no problems. Hopefully, things will be sorted out quickly, says Dawn Bernard. Thank you very much, Dawn Bernard, for sharing that bit of information. So she did pop up, when was it? A few days ago. And who were we speaking with at the time? We were speaking with one of the representatives from Port Royal Patties, and we read Dawn Bernard's message. And that's when she revealed that she's waiting on her patties. So this is why she sent us another message now, exclaiming, can you believe my Port Royal patties are still at the factory waiting? I know it's not their fault. Brexit has messed up everything. We have to get authorization from the French and UK government. Before Brexit, we ordered 2,000 patties and we had no problems. Hopefully things will be sorted out quickly. And so say all of us, Dawn Bernard, hopefully things will work out and be sorted out sooner than later. Inez Iona Campbell says, Sir Dervan Delroy said she's a wonderful teacher. Oh, I'm sure Miss Mervis would be happy to hear that. Delroy declaring that Miss Mervis is a wonderful teacher. Sharon Frey says, hi, Dervan. Welcome to London. Do you believe my brother woke me up to tell me you are here? All right. I'm terribly sorry. I apologize. That he had to go that far to wake you to tell you that I'm here. And it's good to be back in London. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Sharon Frey. And hope you can get some sleep after this. Joan Richardson, Lady Joan, how are you? How's your husband Willard? How's your daughter Roxy? How is your granddaughter Amira? Hope all is well and they're all Doing well. Thank you very much for your message, Lady Joan in Bermuda. And Donna Bell says, good night, Mr. Malcolm. Enjoy your time. Night, night to you too. And we're doing our best to enjoy it as best as we can, as much as we can. Thank you very much. All we ask is you continue to spread the word, and we'll continue to play our part in providing a platform for Jamaicans at home and abroad to continue the work on Project JA. We remain a work in progress, and we just hope we will stop making so many false steps that then set us back, or those missteps. As we're maturing, we're expected to demonstrate in all we do and say. It should be evident. We shouldn't need to say it to anybody. It must be evident when one gets to that stage of maturity. Continuing with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, here on Power 106 FM, still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And we have a bit of information to share with you as the program progresses. And so here's some information, factual. The U.S. postal system was established on this day in 1775. That's 104 years after Jamaica became the first colony to establish a postal service. Did you hear that? 1775. The U.S. postal system was established. Yes, you heard right. The U.S. postal system was established on this day in 1775, 104 years after Jamaica became the first British colony to establish a postal service. The Jamaica's postal service was established on the 31st of October, 1671. That's the 31st of October, 1671. The first British colony to set up a post office was Jamaica. The post office was established in the then capital, Santiago de la Vega, or St. Diego de la Vega, now known as Spanish Town. The Council of Jamaica appointed Gabriel Martin as postmaster of Jamaica, with instructions to create a post office both at Passage Fort and St. Diego. However, this was short-lived, as Martin later disappeared, and by 1673 there was again the need for a new postmaster. There was even an inquiry into the operations of Jamaica's postal service as it underwent various changes and challenges. Of note is the fact that although Jamaica became the first British colony to set up a post office on this day in 1671, the plan was proposed from as far back as 1663, when the then reigning monarch, King Charles II, instructed Thomas Lynch, Lieutenant Governor of Jamaica, to make all the necessary arrangements for the establishment of a post office in the island of Jamaica. But it wasn't until 1670 when a gentleman from Port Royal complained to London, the Secretary of the Post Office, that the conveyors of the mail were opening letters sent, that any real action was taken. Roused to action by this letter, London at once requested the authorities on the island to take action, and by order of the Council of Jamaica, which met at St. Diego de la Vega on September 21st, 1671, The marshal was ordered to go on board every vessel and receive all letters, both from master and passengers. He was further instructed to make a list of all the letters received and to give receipts for them. And it goes on. So a bit of the history there for you. And what's the time? Oops, let's take the break and come back.
Knowledge is power. Class is in session. Power 106.
You're listening to Power 106 FM. The time is now
27 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon back home in Kingston, Jamaica, which means it's 10:33 p.m. here in Tottenham Hale, London.
Farmer, you spoke, we listened. Carbon Chemicals Jamaica is filling your need for drought tolerant, high-yielding certified seeds from No New and Namdari. Our crop care guide helps to achieve S on yield and minimum pest and diseases. Call us at 846-7522. Like and follow us at Carrot Chem Down or WhatsApp 876-401-4766 for more information. No New and Namdari. Available at farm stores island-wide.
Come on, oh, the river gets deeper. Hill gets deeper, and the rain gets deeper every day. I've got a hard road to travel. It's a rough way. Said it's a hard road to travel. It's a rough way.
Let's go, studio. Thanks a lot for staying with us here on both sides of the story. Power 106 FM. I'm Dervan Malcolm. Sharon Frey says, how did Jamaica grind to a halt in world trend setting? How did Jamaica grind to a halt in world trend setting? Well, that one is worth discussing, debating, and pondering. What are the areas you've identified as being areas in which Jamaica set the trend? Is, for example, the history we just shared about the post office, is that one of them, one of the trends? Because you would be correct anyway, because we were first. We were first, and we have had a number of firsts over the years, and we have started a lot of trends globally and still have nothing to show for it. I think perhaps that's the essential point you're making. But we still have some examples of trend setting, and it's just a matter of sustaining the trend setting. That is key. Here's another message. This one says, good evening or good night to you, Mr. Malcolm, your listeners and viewers all over the world. Happy to be joining in on your program this evening. Maybe late, but still in the house. Enjoy yourself in Tottenham. Thank you very much, Sean Patrick Young, for your message on YouTube. Good to have you on board. Thank you. We're still taking your calls on 876-922-4112-5. 876-922-4112-5. Text line, same as the WhatsApp number, which means you can not only send us your text messages, your WhatsApp messages, your voice note, but you can also call us on WhatsApp. That number is 876-365-3346. 876-365-3346. 3346. Let's continue. All right, who is this now? Inez Ayona Campbell says, what a lovely song. Please let Miss Mervis know that Jimmy said she's the one who taught him how to use knife and fork. Yeah, I could tell a story in that regard as well. Because there's this lady who lived in the tenement yard, also occupied by my mom and my mom, myself, and my sibling at the time, my sister. And there's this lady, Miss Linda. Miss Linda used to live in that yard. That's off Oakland Crescent. Miss Linda used to, in the absence of my mom, let's say when my mom started to give an eye on me or keep an eye on me, so to speak, and my sister at the time. And that's one of the things she taught me early, and that was how to use a knife and fork. I got my own knife and fork from Miss Linda, and so many other things. She just really took very good care of us when our mother wasn't around. And I learned a lot. So imagine my sadness when I heard some years ago that she had died, and we just had to, and we did. We had other things scheduled, but we had to go and pay tribute to Miss Linda. We had to. And may her soul continue to rest in peace. That's the kind of Jamaica that a lot of us grew up in. That's the Jamaica where the village truly raises the child and looks out for the children in general. That's the kind of Jamaica a lot of us grew up in. Very much for the message, Inez Ayona, which led to us remembering one who taught us and taught us well in her own way. And so it is. Let's move on as we continue with more on your program, Both Sides of the Story, here on Power 106 FM. Still streaming live on the Gleaners website, go-jamaica.com, live on your smart devices all over the world. And let's clear some of these messages now. Cuban in Georgia says, Sir Malcolm, where is the alternative route to and from St. Thomas in case the sea eats away the southern coastal highway? There must be separation of the construction site and the traveling public. Those two are not a good combination. So says Cuban in Georgia. We would like to think, Cuban in Georgia, that those involved in the works you point to are experts, professionals who engage in that kind of development, not just in Jamaica, but elsewhere in the world. Mind you, there's what is called, I don't know if it applies in this case, maybe it does, institutional knowledge, or I'm trying to use another coinage, but institutional knowledge, meaning within that space where this work is being done, there are people who have lived there long enough, who have seen more than enough to be able to arrive at certain positions, to draw certain conclusions, and to express themselves accordingly. Classic case in point, we have referenced from time to time, the bridge near where was it? Near Harborview End, the eastern section there. Same route going to St. Thomas in that general area. When that, I think it was it the Bailey Bridge? Was it a Bailey Bridge that was washed away or destroyed by the heavy flood rains? And the story is that, or the reality is that the former prime minister, the prime minister at the time, P.J. Patterson, visited the area and announced that a bridge, I think it's a Bailey Bridge. Don't quote me on it, but I think that's what I remember. And so he made the announcement, and there was a man from the community who was there at the time, and he was telling Mr. Patterson, no, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's going to wash away just like the others. It's not going to work. Anyway, the government went ahead, and shall we just say the rest is history? The rest is history. So knowledge, wisdom can come from anywhere. Wisdom can come from anywhere. Just remember that. Just remember that. There's more after the break.
Far beyond the sea, where there is love, peace and joy for me. Oh,
Time is now
15 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon, back home in Kingston, Jamaica. 10:45 p.m. here in Tottenham Hale, London.
Power 106 FM, the digital sound, now reaching you in more ways. Listen to us on 106.1 to 106.9 on the FM band. You can also listen to us on the Power 106 FM app, which you can download on the Google Play or the App Store. Plus, listen to us on onespotmedia.com and the One Spot Media app, or log on to go-jamaica.com. Power 106 FM, where all views can contend, giving you powerful talk radio so many ways, on air and online.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's go. Thanks a lot for staying with us. ¿Qué hora es en español? Son las 5:14. Quelle heure est-il en français? Il est 5:14. 现在几点了？5点加14分. 14 minutes to 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Back home in Kingston, Jamaica, it's 14 minutes to 11 o'clock in the night here in Tottenham Hale, London. And we see Don Bernard giving us the time check according to the time in France. They are 7 hours ahead of Jamaica. And so it's now 14 minutes to 11. No, 6. There are 6 hours as well. I think so. Yes. So it's the same time. So it's now 13 minutes to midnight in France. She corrects it, I think. So it's 13 minutes or 13 minutes now to midnight in France. And good afternoon to Nicola in Central Jamaica. Thank you for joining us online. Good afternoon to you. Still listening on TuneIn, she says. Thank you for tuning in, Nicola, and all the very best. And thanks, Don Bernard. I will remember to give the French time as well. And that's not THYME, that's TIME. Nicola says, enjoy your time away. Ollie not amused that another trip is happening without her. Never mind, Ollie. That's Olivia. Good to hear from you. Hi to Eliezer, I beg your pardon, and Nicola, of course. Thank you all so much for your unswerving support. Really appreciate you. Thank you very much for continuing to play your part in advancing the welfare of the whole human race. We have a few more minutes, just about 12 minutes to go. And let's clear a couple more messages. Let's see. This one says, most important, it's the importance of the dining table. Very few have. Most important, says this listener, it's the importance of the dining table. Very few have. So something some of us take for granted, perhaps. But you're onto something. This one says, Dervan, Jamaicans were integral in the building of the Panama Canal, as well as the railway in Costa Rica. Well, remember I told the story, maybe you didn't, in terms of the work of Jamaicans building the Panama Canal, that I had flown into one of the airports, maybe Hollywood International, in South Florida, and the immigration officer spent quite a while talking with me, because I think around that time he had found either a video or some other publication featuring the contribution of Jamaicans to the building of the Panama Canal. And he had me there for the whole time. I mean, there was this long line of people waiting to clear immigration and customs. And he was there talking to me and telling me where I should check to find the information and how wonderful it is, and that Jamaicans made their contribution, etc., etc. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget it. So you're spot on, listener from North Carolina, that Jamaicans were integral in the building of the Panama Canal, as well as the railway in Costa Rica. In fact, there's a part of Costa Rica to this day where you will find Jamaicans talking just like how Jamaicans who speak dialect actually speak. If you go to Costa Rica right now, you'll find them. So the message says, Dear Dervan, Jamaicans were integral in the building of the Panama Canal, as well as the railway in Costa Rica and Ecuador in the 1800s. Hence the song, Salaman Donde Ghana, Ecuador. Jamaicans are also in Bluefield, Nicaragua. That is correct. That's another area where you'll find Jamaicans, not necessarily speaking Spanish or speaking Spanish alone, but talking Jamaican, right there in Nicaragua. So Nicaragua, Costa Rica, Panama, yes. And we've always known this, actually. When I say always, meaning this kind of information, because of our love for history. We came across this information long before now, and are quite aware of all the other developments in that regard. Here's another message. Oh, this is a Bible offline someone has shared with us. HR in St. Elizabeth, Ecclesiastes 9 and verse 16. Then said I, wisdom is better than strength, Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised. And it shouldn't be. I'm sorry. It shouldn't be. As I said, wisdom can come from anywhere, and his words are not heard. So Ecclesiastes 9:16. Then I said, wisdom is better than strength. Nevertheless, the poor man's wisdom is despised, and his words are not heard. The words of wise men are heard in quiet more than the cry of him that ruleth among fools. Wisdom is better than weapons of war, but one sinner destroyeth much good. Thank you, HR. In St. Elizabeth, further to what we said, wisdom can come from anywhere. It is not restricted to just a little group here or another grouping there. No, it's everywhere. And we must seek wisdom and understanding, which should help us to achieve a higher level of discernment. Let's keep working on it. We're not perfect, but we have what it takes to do much better, whatever we regard as better. Nicola in Central Jamaica says, enjoy your time. Oh yes, I read this already. Thank you, Nicola. All the very best as we get ready to wrap. Today's edition. And let's get a timing. Let's see, we have just 6 more minutes to go. And to say night night, as opposed to going all night, because there is a time difference, as you know. And so it's coming up on that time. And we want to use this opportunity once again to ask you to help us get the word out that the Angel Foundation UKJA, in partnership with Grace, VM Group, and a host of others which you will hear as the week progresses. But of course, we still have to call some familiar names. Transpac Ship, also a part of the support group for the Angel Foundation. They play their part, and we're looking forward. Oh, we should let you know that Nordia Teep is expected to join us at the Afro-Caribbean Community Expo as well. She is the CEO of the organization known as Integrated Diaspora Services. So we're looking forward to what she has to share, and members of the community will have the ears of Nordia Teep to find out some of the ways in which IDS can serve them. And Cuban in Georgia says, enjoy your supper, Sir Malcolm, with a cup of coffee. Sorry, I don't do coffee, but thank you anyway.
We also have great barriers of home care in Jamaica.
We want to acknowledge Break Barriers as well, offering home care in Jamaica. And they will be at the expo. We're looking forward to engaging them. They have donated 3 new tablets, and that will go to one of the students at one of the schools that you support. Okay, that the Angel Foundation supports. Very good. Studio standing by for that cue. And so we go out with today's theme. We leave that. Okay, standing by as we continue and get ready to wrap today's edition. It is time to wrap. Can we thank you once again for the privilege of serving you on yet another edition of your program, Both Sides of the Story, for today, Wednesday, the 26th of July, 2023. The moving finger writes, and having writ moves on, nor all your piety nor wit shall lure it back to cancel half a line, nor all your tears wash out a word of it. All things being well, both sides of the story returns tomorrow afternoon, 2 to 5, still live right here in Tottenham Hale, London. Till then, this is Dervan Malcolm reminding all of us that every day is an opportunity to do better than yesterday. Take care.
Anytime them guys come in, the food is hot. Anytime them come in, unexpected.
Uh-oh.